Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to Virtual Racing League Season 15, Round 11, here for the Brazilian Grand Prix at the Autodromo Jose Carlos Pache. My name is Ryan Hurren, I'm your commentator for the race this evening, and let's take a quick run through the drivers' standings. And I once again forget to hide the game. But the driver's standings are as follows. Josh Richards. Why is that not up to date? Excuse me 1 second. That should be that. There we go. Okay, so Alexi Cavero leads by 6 points from Josh Richards, then Adam Modan. Nathan Den Hartog has just broken the 100-point barrier after finishing P4 in the United States Grand Prix. Jack Brassington is 5th, Joe Rudd 6th, Jarvis Coyd 7th, Thomas Rama 8th, Ertu Koskinen 9th, Abdullah Al-Quraishi 10th, Icon is 11th, Piotr Zak 12th, D 13th, Talbot 14th, Yui 15th, Vargas Sayer 16th, Pueyo 17th, Vertanen 18th, Whitehouse 19th, and Denny in 20th. Now moving along to our constructors' standings. Williams hold a 76-point lead over McLaren, with Red Bull 4 points behind them. Mercedes are 4th, with Haas 5th, Alpine 6th, Ferrari 7th, Racing Bulls 8th, Aston Martin 9th, and Kick Sauber in 10th. Yet to score a point this season, but they do have racing for them today. One of a couple debutants. So let me quickly... Why is it... Let me quickly... what's it... My controls have gone weird. Right, there we go. So, racing today, we have got... For Williams, Josh Richards and Jack Brassington. McLaren, Adam Modan and Ertu Koskinen. Red Bull, debutant Ashton Fields with reserve Lucas Pueyo. For Mercedes, just Björn Eikenus at the minute. Nathan and Hartog might be joining us. We don't know for sure. For Alpine, Miko Vertanen and Jarvis Coyd. For Haas, just Mark Vargas Sayer. Joe Rudd hasn't showed up, although he was meant to. For Aston Martin, William Talbot and Richard Whitehouse. For Racing Bulls, just Bradley Hurren. And for Ferrari, the reserve Yusuf Yazed, I think it is. Let me check it again. Yusuf Syed, that's it. Yusuf Syed, and then Patrick Balog has signed for Kick Sauber full time, and he will aim to get their first points of the season. The times are now flying in for this sprint qualifying session. So, Josh Richards currently fastest with a 107.2. Adam Modan with a 107.7. And Jack Brassington with a 108.0. William Talbot with a 108.8. Ashton Fields 109.1. And Patrick Balog with a 109.8. Next over the line is going to be Richard Whitehouse for Aston Martin. 4 points so far this season. Up to the line, it's a 13.6. Not representative in the slightest there for Whitehouse, as Jarvis Coyd goes up to P5. He'll be followed over the line by Ertu Koskinen, who jumps up to P4 with a 108.606. So he's up in the top 4 at the minute. Bradley Hurren will be the next car, although he's invalidated. So he'll go again now. As... Who else have we got? I think for now, that's it. We do have Yusuf Syed on a lap. The Canadian driver. Also owner of FRT. But reserving today, and it's 107.7 to go up by 7 milliseconds to provisional pole. Sorry, to P2 even. Mikko Virtanen sets a 108.7 to go up to P6. So a good position for him at the minute. Bradley Hurren is going to be the next car over the line. And we'll see where Hurren can line up on this grid. And now up to the line for Bradley Hurren. And it's a 110.0. Even on the softs. So, yeah, not a great lap for the Racing Bulls driver. Patrick Balog has gone for another lap and has improved up to 109.5. William Talbot up to P5 with a 108.3 as well, so a good lap there for Talbot. Yusuf Syed has gone off the track through turn 7. I think he might be out of fuel, I'm not 100% certain. But yeah, he's going strangely slow. As Jarvis Coyd will be the next car over the line. We'll see where can the one-time podium sitter, which of course he earned in the Canadian Grand Prix, place his car up to P6 with a 108.4. And yeah, slots in just ahead of the Flying Finn Eetu Koskinen. Next, though, it's not Yusuf. And it's not... It might be Talbot. No, it's not Talbot. So it's actually Mark Vargas-Saya. Off the back of points... Well, he's on back-to-back points finishes at the minute. So he'll be aiming for more here tonight. And where can Vargas-Saya place his car at the minute? And it's a 108.4 for Mark Vargas-Saya. And that's P7 at the minute. So, good. Doing well at the minute. But as Coyd is coming into the pits, it'll be Eichner's who's next over the line. We'll see where can the Norwegian driver place his car at 109.5, only P12. So we've got 3 minutes left in this session. Oh, someone just jumped up. That's Ashton Fields. Up to P9 with a 108.7. Just waiting for other cars to come out on track. Ooh, that's Ashton Fields off the track there. And, oh yeah, I don't know if I mentioned, no Alexi Caveira today. He's moved apartment and he hasn't got the internet. He was supposed to have it on Thursday, I think. But he's not got any at the minute. So, yeah, unfortunate for our championship leader. Den Hartog has joined. He's not going to be able to do a lap in qualifying. And who is on a lap? Bradley Hurren. He's the first man. Whitehouse is leaving the pits extremely late. And I guess we'll see how Bradley Hurren can improve. I know that's not an actual purple in Sector 1. Into turn 8 and now around Pinarino. Rounding now through Junsao. Junshao, I don't know. It's one of those pronunciations. But up to the line, it's going to be a 1:10.1. It's not an improvement. It's P13 at best for Bradley Hurren. Next over the line is going to be one of the Alpines. It's Virtanen. He's actually 12 seconds down, and he's going again. So it's going to be Pueo for his only lap of the session. Oh, this isn't representative either. I think he's only starting now. Which means then Syed? Yes, Syed's going to be next over the line. And Yusuf, can he improve to provisional pole? No, he can't. He's less than a tenth down on the time he needs. Brassington goes up to P3 with a 7.4. Coyd comes up to the line for P5. Koskinen up to P6. Modan up to provisional pole with a 1:07.1. Now, can Balog take positions up the order? No, he can't. It's only P11 for him. Talbot will be next over the line. Where can he improve to? He actually doesn't, and he's down on his time up to the line. Hurren is coming round the final corners now to finish his lap. Richards currently down on his time. Where can he improve to? It's not pole for the sprint. Adam Modan takes the sprint pole. Vargas Sayers next over the line, jumps up to P7 ahead of William Talbot. Mikko Virtanen will be next over the line, jumps up to P5. What a qualifying for Mikko Virtanen, as Richard Whitehouse is up to P11 there. And that's a good qualifying position for him. Lucas Pueo jumps up to P10 to beat the full-time Red Bull driver to a top 10 start. But what a qualifying for Mikko Virtanen. But it's Adam Modan who is on provisional pole for the sprint race. Josh Richards is second, with Yusuf Syed in third. And yeah, we just wait now for Yusuf to come into the pit lane. But Adam Modan will be starting first for the sprint race here. And yeah, there is your grid lineup. There's Modan, Richards, Syed, Brassington, Virtanen in P5. Coyd, Koskinen, Vargas, Talbot, Pueo, Fields, Whitehouse, Balog, Eikeners, Hurren, and Den Hartog will be starting from the back of the field. I was miles off, lol. Well, that's a shame, isn't it, Patrick? But also, it is a Balog, right? Like Balog, ignore the H. It's not like below, it's Balog. Yes, okay. Because I was calling you Patrick Below for ages in the years I've known you. Oh well, for as long as I've known your name until you corrected me recently, I think. But now we just wait. Jesco Goat would have gotten pole. No, he wouldn't, Jesco. No, he wouldn't. Jesco Goat probably would have been about P9? Not 100%, but still acceptable. It's a foreign name. I'm not going to get it 100%. You know? I'm probably saying Vertinen wrong. I know I'm saying Air2 wrong. He would have gotten top 5 because he went to Fulton Laflide. No. No. People who go to Fulton Laflide and commentators like me. But now we play the waiting game. Oh dear, I dropped that. It is filed. Yeah. Filed. F-Y-L-E. F-Y-L-D-E. You know, they really need to give us commentators a countdown, don't they? Like, they need to incorporate that into the game, but they never will. I'm just playing. Oh! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lights are on. And the sprint race is underway here in Sao Paulo. Josh Richards looks to have gotten a decent start there. But I think Adam Modan has just beaten him. Yusuf Siad going around the outside of Adam Modan. And Josh Richards can't get through. Down the inside now. Through the Curva del Sol. Josh Richards has managed to keep ahead. Brassington still holding firm in fourth. Koskinen trying to go for a move on, I think, Mikko Virtanen. He's going to go for it now. Richards down the inside of Siad into turn 4. And through Desida Del Lago manages to get back ahead. As now Lucas Puello has gained positions. He's up to P8 ahead of Mark Vargasea. As there's William Talbot going for it past Mark Vargasea, the American, dropping positions off of this race start. Nathan Den Hartog already making up positions here. And we've got Bradley Hurren trying to get past Patrick Balog. But now, as Den Hartog gets past Ashton Fields, Hurren makes his way past Balog. And oh, Björn Eichen is losing the rear end there. That's going to compromise him and potentially allow the Racing Bulls driver to have a run at him into turn 1. And Brassington is going to be looking to get past the reserve driver that's in front of him. But Modan leads us on to lap 2 here. And can Richards get past with the DRS that he'll have from the Curva del Sol down the Retta Aposta and towards Desida Del Lago? I guess we'll see now. But Richards in the slipstream. I think Adam must have more straight line speed. And Yusuf has taken an extreme inside line there to try and defend from Jack Brassington, not wanting to let him through. As Vargasea and Den Hartog going side by side up towards Ferradura. And yeah, Mark Vargasea keeping ahead of the Mercedes man. As Yusuf Siad is trying to hang on to these front two, but he's losing a lot of ground in the middle sector. It's where he said he was down in qualifying. And we're going to have 10 laps to go when we cross the line. Talbot is also on the back of Koskinen here. He's going to be trying to gain positions to get ahead of the finished race winner. And the DRS is helping Josh Richards into turn 1. Richards makes a move down the inside to retake P1, and as it stands, the lead of the Drivers' Championship. Even if he takes P2 in the sprint, he takes the lead of the championship back from Alexi Cavero. But now, can Josh keep ahead of the Season 13 champion? I'm not entirely sure. Vargasea has just been overtaken by Den Hartog, who is up now into P10. He's made a brilliant start to get all the way up to the fringes of the points now. And yeah, I guess we'll see as Talbot going a bit wide. No, it might have been Koskinen not going wide enough, as down the inside of Lucas Puello goes Nathan Den Hartog into, oh my god, what's that corner called? I can't remember. Biko Ducato, there we go. Want to give some credit real quick to Mikko Virtanen, who's still up in P6 at the minute, but I have a feeling that might drop now, as Eetu Koskinen with the DRS gets up into P6. This is going to be brilliant points for McLaren if he holds in this position for the rest of the race, or indeed climbs up potentially past Jarvis Coyd, who's in the DRS of the top 4. It's Williams, McLaren, Ferrari, Williams here. And Vargasea also gets past Puello. Whitehouse has a look, doesn't actually make a move on the Spanish driver. As I think we're going to see a move from Patrick Balog down the inside of Bradley Hurren. Tries to make the move, can't make it stick though. And now he's going to be pushing after the Racing Bulls driver, potentially going for a move into Ferragura, but he won't risk it through there. And, oh, losing the rear end and spinning onto the infield. That is Balog, who comes back on, gets a 3-second corner cutting penalty. And, yeah, losing the rear on the exit of Ferragura. Unfortunate there for Balog. I need to take a quick sip of water. Hang on. Alright. Richard still holds the lead. And I think pretty much everybody going to be on those medium tyres. I'll quickly check for you. Yeah. I was absolutely right there. We'll look at the position change though. And yeah, Den Hartog, the biggest gainer by far, up 7 positions from the start of the sprint here. And Ashton Fields is going to be trying to get past Richard Whitehouse. But the pack is still very close together. The top 10 all in the DRS of each other. The weakest link, you might call it, is going to be Coyd, who is struggling to keep up with Jack Brassington here. Then again, Brassington is struggling to keep up to Sied, and Sied to Modan. So things starting to spread out near the front of the field, but Coyd still holds that DRS for now. The question is, who's going to be the next to make a move? You could argue it might be Fields, as he does have the DRS on Whitehouse, but he's not going to be close enough. He's on lap 6 of this sprint race. Richards now is ahead of Modan. As Balog has come into the pit lane, I think probably to change tyres. He retires from the sprint. And now Virtanen has dropped away from Koskinen, and it's going to be under pressure now from William Talbot, who'll be trying to gain positions. A William Talbot that hasn't scored points since... oh gosh, I can't remember. It's been a while, clearly. But he's on the tail of the Alpine. Brassington is disconnected. And that has massive ramifications for his race and that of everyone else, as he drops down, and he is going to be out of the points here. But Talbot now goes for the move up into P7, and then Hartog sails down the inside as well. Who saw that coming? And Virtanen has dropped 2 positions in 1 corner here. But now Modan is right on the back of Richards, going through the middle sector. Now that is kind of the worst sector for this, but you got to take these opportunities. And keeping that, I think Talbot is probably going to get ahead of Brassington here, which would drop Jack out of the points, at least for the sprint race. Of course, Brassington has 100 top 10 qualifyings in a row, and I think 96 point-scoring finishes in a row. As Brassington is back in now, just before Talbot can overtake him, but that doesn't mean he's not under pressure. As Talbot with the DRS and Den Hartog both going to go for the move here. As side by side, 3 wide towards turn 1. Can Brassington keep in the fight with these two? Talbot going for the inside line through the set of S's. And that is William Talbot spun around by Jack Brassington. As Richard Whitehouse has to take avoiding action there. That'll bring Mikko Virtanen back up into the points. Eetu Koskinen in all this has got up into P4 and is now chasing after Yusuf Syed to potentially get P3 as Ashton Fields gets past Richard Whitehouse as well. But you could argue William Talbot might not have been left racing room there. As now down the inside goes Jack Brassington on Nathan Den Hartog. I think contact between the two of them there, it at least sounded like it. And Brassington is ahead of the Dutchman. But crucially did the... Oh, sliding there. But he did the move before the DRS detection and is likely just going to get swept past down the straight. As lap 9. Richards still holding on at the front. Is Den Hartog going to go for a move into turn 1? No, he's not. Brassington locks up. Den Hartog has a look. And we've also got Virtanen and Vargas Seyer in this fight for P6. What will be 3 championship points. And can Den Hartog make a move on Brassington into Desida de Lago? No, he can't. He does turn in earlier than Brassington, which is what I noticed there. It looked for a second like he was going for a move, but he wasn't really. And now can Koskinen potentially make a move on Pro Ultra? On Yusuf Syed, sorry. It's looking on, to be fair. Koskinen's in great form at the minute. He's always run well around here. He finished P4 in season 13. Was so close to the podium. I can't remember if it was Lennart had a penalty and Choco was just outside of it, or if Choco had a penalty and that stopped him getting Lennart. But yeah, big lock up into turn 1 as we see Lucas Puello and Ashton Field swapping positions. Den Hartog. Is he going to go for a move on Brassington? I don't think he is. And things are starting to calm down now, although we have this fight at the front for the rest of the race. And of course, this is just a teaser for the Grand Prix. We don't know what is going to happen there. As Puello picks up another 3-second time penalty. And actually, I think spins off the track there. And he has dropped down to P14. Oh. Yeah, he's struggling. But here goes Modan around the outside of Richards into turn 1. Modan is now ahead of Josh Richards. But can Richards retake the position with the DRS into turn 4? He's going to have the inside line, which is optimal for overtaking into this corner. And Richards is back ahead of Modan, who might attempt the switchback. No, he doesn't. Puello receives a 10-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane and has retired from the sprint. But can Modan potentially get this move done? He's going to have one more lap to do it. Richards will be harvesting. And it's anyone's game here. Modan either has to bide his time and go for it into turn 4 or risk being re-overtaken into turn 4. He's right on the back of the Williams driver, who, as it stands, is going to be leading the championship. But Modan now goes for the move and gets ahead of Josh Richards. And up into P1. Oh, Richards goes deep as well. I think Modan might just have got the sprint win here, as Richards is in trouble, dropping so far behind after what I assume was a lockup. But Koskinen as well is quite close to the back of Yusuf Syed. And oh, Brassington and Den Hartog make contact there. Into Desida de Lago, the two of them have touched. And that, we cut to that at kind of the perfect point there. But there was also damage to, I think that's Mark Vargasea, who picks up end plate damage. And, oh, significant front wing damage, actually. As, oh, Virtanen has spun as well. So Virtanen has spun, and that kind of undoes whatever happened between Den Hartog and Brassington there. And sort of saves Vargasea, who is going to pick up a point. But Adam Modan wins the sprint race, with Josh Richards taking the championship lead with P2. Yusuf Syed takes P3 with Erzi Koskinen in P4. Jarvis Coyd P5. Jack Brassington retakes P6. Nathan Den Hartog P7. Mark Vargasea P8. Ashton Fields P9. Richard Whitehouse P10. William Talbot P11. Björn Eikeners in P12. Mikko Virtanen, who was on for what would have been P6, immediately spun and will take P13, and Bradley Hurren will be next over the line to take P14, with Lucas Puello and Patrick Bellog not finishing. What a sprint. But there is the sprint result. And yeah, so it's Modan winning from Richards, Syed, Koskinen, Coyd, Brassington, Den Hartog, and Vargasea, who are your point scorers. So yeah. What a teaser. If that is the trailer, then the race is going to be a proper blockbuster. We are now into qualifying. Yeah, now it's this weird stage where we wait for a bit for cars to come out onto the track. Right then. We have got some drivers on outlaps. Let me get that up. So the first one is going to be Bradley Hurren on a lap, as he now heads in towards Desida del Lago. Keeps it on the track. And now up towards Ferradura. Why is this looking quite good? Elvira has joined. Well, that's going to be a lobby restart. Oh, I was going to say Bradley's actually on the pace, but loses the rear end. That was looking an incredible lap. We'll say he loses 0.2 there. It would have been like a 9.7 or something. So it was looking a really good lap. Anja Buva has joined. That is Marco Vlaškalia. Ashton Fields with a 108.9 onto provisional P1. Björn Eikeners also goes to an 8.4 on the soft. Vargas Say is going to be next. He's on the inters at 12.6. So nothing close to representative there. Next up is going to be Coyd. Where does Coyd go? He's on the mediums, actually. It's going to be an 8.0 on the mediums for Jarvis Coyd. So a great lap there. William Talbot is going to be next over the line. And where can he place his car? It's a 9.2 for William Talbot. Not a great lap at all there. Patrick Ballog will be next over the line. And it's a 9.4. Then it's going to be Ashton coming into the pits. Virtanen is not the next Alpine up to the line. But the next car is going to be Richard Whitehound? No? Who is going to be next? Is it Lucas? I think it is. Yeah, Lucas Puello will be next over the line for Red Bull. Of course, he's a reserve, so his points won't count for them. And it's a 108.5 for Lucas Puello. Up to P3. Mikko Virtanen will be next over the line, setting 108.5 as well, going 11 milliseconds faster. Richard Whitehouse with a 109.1. Jumps ahead of his teammate. Adam Modan will be next over the line. The tyre data seems to have broken at some point there. And now next over the line. It's a 107.2 for Adam Modan. So that's the new benchmark. He's 0.8 clear of Jarvis Coyd. William Talbot will follow. And it's a 108.9 up to P7. Just jumps ahead of his teammate. As Yusuf Syed goes up to the line with a 107.6 P2 for the Canadian driver. Patrick Belog was next over the line, but invalidated. So it's going to be... Pueyo's invalid. I don't know who's next. Whitehouse not on another lap. I don't know who's next. Is it Koskinen? I think it's Koskinen. He's currently going round the Curve de Sol. Why did I get an invite? And now into Ferradura. It's looking good so far for Air 2. The two-time race winner, Season 6 Saudi Arabia and Season 8 Monza. And 52.4 in the middle sector, or by the middle sector. So this is going to be a lap probably in the low 8s, maybe even high 7s. As up to the line goes Koskinen, and it's a 108.3. It's P4 for Air 2, which would be a sensational qualifying if he holds around that position. Brassington will be next over the line. And it's going to be a 107.4. It's P2 for Jack Brassington, which would be his best qualifying of the season. Richards comes into the pit lane. Has he broken his front wing? I think he had. As Marco Vlascalia up to the line, I think invalidated. 10 out of 10 awareness. Oh no. Yeah, broken wing, I think, as a result of Marco Vlascalia. As Nathan Den Hartog has set a 108.3 to go up to P5. The two Red Bulls. Ashton Fields, who is invalidated. And Lucas Pueyo, who isn't on a lap. Koskinen not on a lap. Coyd is. So we'll see where Jarvis Coyd can place his car now. Up to the line. It's a 107.6. It's still P4, but he's a lot closer to the guys at the front now. And what? Marco Vlascalia will be next, I think. Yes, he will. Marco. Get up to the line here. It's a 109.0. It's P12 for Vlascalia. And Fields has gone around again. Is improving at the minute, not by much. Those tyres have already seen a couple laps with no improvement. So through the Sector 2 split, he's almost 3/10 up now. So that would still he'd only be P10. Wood Ashton. Opening the DRS, pushing up to the line. And Ashton Fields, it's a 108.6. P10 for the debutant. And now Bradley Hurren. Invalidated. He's not in the way of Den Hartog, is he? No, but he might be in the way of Eichner's. Who is pushing? Next over the line is actually Den Hartog, who is improving significantly at the minute. We'll see, where can Nathan improve to? It's a 107.7, still only P5, and he's 5/10 away from pole position at the minute. It is short qualifying, Ash. short qualifying. We need 18 to do full qualifying, and even then it's a sprint race, so it's always going to be short. Play. Play. I don't know. Is that autocorrect gone wrong or something? But yeah, Icon is now... He's down on his time. And yeah, he comes into the pits. Which doesn't surprise me too much. Richards. Championship leader? Driving and typing. Bad idea. And it's a... Oh, it's a 107.2. 40 milliseconds behind Adam Modan. So close there for Richards. As Vargasea... Oh, we invalidated. Coming into the pits. Oh, he's going again. It would have been a 7-9. It would have been a 7-9? Mark, what are you cooking? That's incredible. And now it's just kind of a latency see period at the minute. Redeem Tyrant Strange Noise. What can I do? Oh! Oh! There you go. Yeah. Anyways. Oh, what the lag? Yeah, I'm lagging, I think. Alright, Bradley Hurren is on a lap. So see now, Jarvis Coyd gets out of the way, and Bradley can pursue with trying to get off of the back rows of the grid. Needs a 5/10 improvement to get ahead of Patrick Balog. Oh! It's still valid. To Ribico de Pato. The lap is looking better. Yeah, 2/10 up. Don't do the same through here, Brads. Oh! It wasn't as bad. And now you drain your battery. Up to the line. It's only a 109.6, so it'll be P16 at best for Bradley Hurren in this qualifying session, unless he goes again. Next over the line is either going to be... Yeah, it's going to be Yusuf Syed, but no. So it's actually going to be Nathan Den Hartog who's next. So now... Oh... Hurren getting out of the way of Den Hartog. Kind of at the last second. Oh! Off the track there, the Mercedes. is very close. And Vargasea is a bit stuck here. Oh my god! Oh no! Which Aston was that? That was William Talbot, who just couldn't get out of the way of Nathan Den Hartog there. And that has sent Nathan off into the gravel and ended his qualifying run. And are they battling into turn 1 here? I think they are. William Talbot and Mark Vargasea, as Mark abandons his lap already. Bradley Hurren is going again. This is a mess. Ashton Fields didn't improve. Oh my word. Nobody's improving. Blascalia hasn't. Is Coyd improving? Yes, he is. He's up to P4, Jarvis Coyd. Mikko Virtanen is next. And he's actually just starting his lap. So it's going to be Yusuf Syed, who is next over the line. Can the Canadian driver get up to provisional pole? Nathan Den Hartog has, I think, retired or come into the pits. Yusuf Syed does not improve. It's going to be P5 at best. Björn Eichen is up to P7 with Eetu Koskinen then retaking P7. Jack Brassington up to provisional pole with a 107.1. We've got Brassington on pole here. Talbot's next over the line up to P11. Then it's going to be Richard Whitehouse who improves to P13. Josh Richards up to the line. It's only P2 for Richards. And Modan is stuck. Oh, he takes provisional pole. Ashton Fields, P12. Lucas Puello up to P9. Patrick Balog doesn't improve. Richard Whitehouse won't improve. And Marco Vlascalia is P14. Can Mikko Virtanen improve? He improves up to P8. But yeah, Adam Modan takes pole position from Jack Brassington and Josh Richards. They're all within a 10th. Jarvis Coyd P4, Yusuf Syed P5, Nathan Den Hartog P6, Eetu Koskinen P7, Mikko Virtanen in P8, Björn Eichen is P9, Lucas Puello P10, William Talbot 11th, Ashton Fields 12th, Richard Whitehouse 13th, Marco Vlascalia 14th, Patrick Balog 15th, Bradley Hurren 16th, and Mark Vargasea in 17th. Should be starting. Let me just check. Okay, we good. Ah, but here come the lights. And the Brazilian Grand Prix is underway. It looks like Jack Brassington has gotten a good start and is already ahead of Adam Modan into turn one. Jack Brassington takes the lead. Josh Richards going side by side with Adam Modan here. And through the Curva del Sol, Josh Richards is going to take P2 away from the McLaren driver. The pole sitter is already down into P3 as Josh Richards gets ahead. But it's a Williams 1-2 here as Yusuf Syed has got up to P4. Ayrton Koskinen goes side by side with Jarvis Coyne for P5. Adam Modan and Josh Richards side by side through Ferradura, and Josh Richards manages to hold on. Marco Vlascalia is up into P10 here. William Talbot dropping positions. He's behind Bradley Hurren now. Although Bradley then immediately, I think, loses the rear and drops down the order. But Jack leads ahead of Jack leads ahead of Josh, Adam, Yusuf, and Ayrton. Lucas Puello going side by side with Björn Eichen. There's also now Nathan Den Hartog, and he spins Nathan around. Off as well goes Balog into the Junsao. Marco Vlascalia is up into P7 here. What a start from the Serbian. He's having a great race so far, and hopefully for his sake he can hold on to that position. William Talbot up to P10 as well. There's been a chaotic start to this Brazilian Grand Prix here. Mark Vargasea going for a move on Richard Whitehouse into down the Retta Aposta. Richard didn't get the DRS, and Mark is ahead and up into P12. Great start, already up 5 positions is the American Haas driver. Björn Eichen is trying to have a look. Oh, contact there between William Talbot and Ashton Fields. And Talbot manages to get around the outside and up into P9. Bradley Hurren has spun. Going through Ferradura there. But Brassington still leads from Richards, Modan, Syed, Koskinen. Coyd is already dropping positions. Vlascalia under pressure as well from Eikeners. What a start from Marco. That's absolutely incredible. But I think Björn probably going to get past here with the DRS. Can the Norwegian driver gain the position up into P7? Going to have the inside line, and he's ahead into turn 1. However, Vlascalia does... Okay, Vlascalia had a look around the outside. He couldn't actually make a proper move. But this is worst case scenario now for Modan, because he's got to fight both the Williams cars. And down the inside goes Ashton Fields on William Talbot. He can't make the move stick. And Will is still ahead. I think he did run off the track, though. And now down the inside, Ashton Fields into Ferradura. I think contact between the two of them there, or it was very close to contact. I think they have managed to keep going in the right direction here. And now Adam is very close to Josh Richards. With the DRS, could potentially go for a move here. He's going to pull to the outside. He's going to get boxed in by the Williams pair, though. And Josh Richards actually takes the lead of the Brazilian Grand Prix ahead of his teammate Jack Brassington, who's now going to get the DRS. But Adam Modan is on his inside here. And I think potentially Adam could go for the move to take P1. Here comes Yusuf Syed, though, on Jack Brassington. And Brassington, in Sector 1, has gone from P1 to P4. So... yeah. Oh, there goes Yusuf Syed! He's off the road! He dipped a wheel in the grass. And he has gone flying off the circuit. But Yusuf is going to have to try to catch back up. He's definitely got the pace to stick with them. But catching back up is a different game. And now it's Williams-McLaren, Williams-McLaren. This is a brilliant scenario for both teams. They're going to gain massive points on Red Bull, who are only getting 2 points as it stands today. Now, in fact, only 1 point because William Talbot has gotten ahead of Ashton Fields. Bradley Hurren gets past Patrick Balog. And up into P15. And Jarvis Coyd there, going side by side with Yusuf Syed. And I think Yusuf did go off the track there. And, ooh, Jarvis dipping a wheel. Risky business, as Yusuf learned, but still seems to be running quite well. Can Adam get past? Well, he probably will down the straight here. Look, oh, Brassington losing the rear. And I have a feeling that Modan might just pass Richards down the straight with the DRS. Gets ahead of Josh Richards. Airto Koskinen potentially going to go for a move on Jack Brassington here. Doesn't quite go for it. But now it's the two Williams splitting the two McLarens. And yes, Syed is having trouble behind Coyd here. There goes Ashton Fields on William Talbot into Desida Delago, and Ashton is up ahead. Oh, but he goes flying off the track. William Talbot spins into the wall, and William Talbot is out of the Brazilian Grand Prix. And that is a safety car here. Talbot spins on the exit, and that is race over. So unfortunate there for Will. But the safety car is deployed. I guess we'll see what the drivers do now. Right, okay, I'm back. I had to quickly check something. So, who got the penalties then? Jarvis Coyd and Yusuf Syed. That's unfortunate. Björn Eichner stays out and assumes the lead of this Brazilian Grand Prix. So, 10 seconds for speeding, because that was a rule in the 2024 F1 season, and then as soon as they changed it in the game, they changed it back. So, yeah. But what this means in effect, because Yusuf and Coyd both have those 10-second penalties, Koskinen and Brassington are still in the same net position. Kimi got 5 seconds today. Yeah, that's because this year they've changed it back to being 5 seconds. For whatever reason. I'm very surprised that Björn stayed out, but he is leading the Brazilian Grand Prix. Officially, this will be an official lap led. I think his first lap led in Tier 1 here. So yeah, I don't know if he's going to pit now. No, he's committing to staying out. Yusuf Syed is coming in. Oh, I can't help but laugh. Just because I'm already mates with him. But Yusuf. What a goat. Yes. Yes, Jessica. Yes. So now he's going to have to stop again. Trying to save your pen and giving yourself another pen. Yeah. Masterclass. Björn was the only car to stay out. Which, if a few others stayed out, it definitely would have been worth him staying out, but I don't know anymore. I'm interested to see what Yusuf decides to do. Oh, Jarvis is into the pits. Doesn't get another 10-second penalty. Oh my god. Oh right, I thought he was going to get another. He looked like he was taking way too much speed into the pit entry there. But safety car will be in at the end of this lap. I think. Yeah. It will. So both Jarvis Coyd and Yusuf Syed both are in trouble here, really. But yeah, safety car in this lap. Yusuf is not catching up. That's for certain. And Björn Eikeners will lead us away into turn 1. So this will be interesting. And away goes Björn. The race is back underway. And into turn 1, Björn Eikeners holds the lead. Mark Vargas Seyer going for the move on Ashton Fields up into P7. Oh, Ashton Fields being tagged there, I think. And unfortunately dropping down to P11 now. But Björn Eikeners still holds the lead of the race. From Adam Modan, Josh Richards, Eetu Koskinen and Jack Brassington making up the top 5. Patrick Balog is going side by side with Yusuf Syed. And who is immediately going to go for the move on Bradley Hurren. And, yeah, gets ahead even before Ferragura. I don't know if Bradley might have, you know, thought sensibly about it. Oh, there goes Patrick Balog on Bradley Hurren. Is he going to be able to make the move stick? Yes, he is. And he gets ahead of the Racing Bulls driver. And Adam Modan and Josh Richards have both now gotten past Björn Eikeners, who is going to, I think, slowly drop down the order. As, oh, Koskinen. What happened there? He's broken his front wing. Oh, somebody's broken their front wing. Who's broken a wing? I don't know. But then Hartog goes for the move on Vargas Seyer into turn 1, gets ahead. It's not Koskinen. Who's got a broken wing? Is it Iconers? I don't know. Someone's wing definitely flew off. And, oh, here goes Air Koskinen on... Yeah, there it is. Mark Vargasea with the damage. And Yusuf Syed already up into P12. And then immediately going for the move on the other Red Bull and getting up into P11. What a move. Ferrari driving like a man possessed. As Jack Brassington is going to be trying to get past. Oh, that's Jarvis Coyd who's spun. Bradley Hurren and... Oh! Bradley Hurren and Patrick Malug are both off into the barriers there. And that is another safety car. So the safety car deployed once more. Björn Eichner is going to come into the pits. I imagine... Yeah. Mark Vargasea into the pits. What the hell? What in the back marker happened there? And I think they're very lucky to both still be in this race. And why is Bradley carrying on? Let me go. Oh, Jarvis got another 10-second penalty. Alright, we're back in a sec. I'm actually going to go give him tips real quick. Alright then. Coaching complete, I think. Richard Whitehouse is P7. Marco Vlascalia is P4. Ah, Bradley stayed on the mediums. Alright, safety car is in this lap. A lot of concertinaing. But, yeah, what a mess, eh? And away goes Modan. Kind of kept Richards caught Richards napping there. And away they go. Oh, Vlascalia and Den Hartog going side by side. Den Hartog loses the rear end and drops down to P6. Cuts the chicane just to not take people out. And who's that dropping down the order? That's Richard Whitehouse, who's been compromised by that. He's fallen to the back of the grid, which is unfortunate for him. It looked like he'd done nothing wrong there. Bradley Hurren trying to go for a move round the outside of Patrick Balog. Can he get the move done on the Sauber, who he just crashed with through Magulio? And yeah, up into P12, Bradley Hurren racing away. But Modan holds the lead from Richards and Brassington. Vlascalia is ahead of Koskinen and Sied. And Iconers is getting ahead of Lucas Puello up into P9. The Norge now chasing after the Finn. And Mark Vargasea and Richard Whitehouse and Jarvis Coyd have all got past Patrick Balog here. I'm not sure exactly what happened to him. Modan is flying away out front with both Williams on his tail. And now Marco Vlascalia is going to have Eetu Koskinen and Yusuf Sied on his tail. And can Koskinen get past? Yes, he can. Goes off the track, though. Would argue that you should cede the position there. But he's going to go for it into Ferradura. Is there going to be contact between the two of them? Yes, there is. And now down the inside goes Vlascalia. Can he retake the position on Koskinen? The Serbian unable to do so. He's down to P5. But now he's going to have Yusuf Sied to try and contend with. And I think just turning in there, unfortunately. Oh, that's Björn Iconers, I think, who is off. As there. Oh, Marco Vlascalia is off as well. And I'm not sure. Jarvis Coyd has had to take avoiding action. Mikko Virtanen has had to take avoiding action. I think a spun as well. What is going on here in Sao Paulo? This is absolute madness here. As Ashton Fields overtakes Lucas Puello. Bradley Hurren going to go for a move into turn 1. Gets up into P8 here. Bradley Hurren up into 8th position ahead of Lucas Puello. And now, I think, going to have DRS on Ashton Fields, is he? Yes, he is. Marco Vlascalia has been disqualified as Bradley Hurren now battling Mark Vargasea into Desida Delago. Can Bradley get the position on the Haas driver? Yes, he can. He's ahead. This is absolutely incredible racing down here. And Bradley is in 8th place, fighting off Mark Vargasea. Jarvis Coyd gets back up into P10. He's going to be fighting against Lucas Puello here. Chaos. Absolute chaos. Off the track, that's Ashton Fields. Ashton Fields has gone off now as well. And that's going to be Mikko Virtanen going for the move and spinning out goes the Finn. Mikko Virtanen went for the move on Ashton Fields, and contact there ends Virtanen's real chance at points here. Although with how this race has been, let's not rule anything out. Hurren with the DRS. Still holding on, although he's got that 6-second penalty, unfortunately. And now down the inside. Oh, there goes Jarvis Coyd. Is unable to get past. Then Hartog's just spun as well, I think. And Mark Vargas makes the move up into P6. This race, it's so hard to keep on top of everything. And we've now got Coyd and Puello trying to make the move on Hurren, who I'm realising probably just has pace because he's on new mediums. So this pace isn't going to last. Yeah, so just now we've hit the halfway point. Oh my word. Hurren has the DRS on Den Hartog. And, oh, there goes Josh Richards for the lead of the race. Didn't even realise he was close enough to go for a move. And Josh Richards has overtaken Adam Modan to get back up into P1. And now might try and back Adam into Jack. And yeah, so Josh is ahead. Marco Blascali, of course, is out, already out of the session, actually disqualified as he quits. Jarvis Coyd chasing down Bradley Hurren. Let's have a look at the penalties. 6 seconds for Bradley, 3 seconds for Patrick. And I don't know what to say. Josh Richards still leads somewhat comfortably, it seems. Nathan Den Hartog can't go for the move. Is Jarvis Coyd going to go for the move on Bradley Hurren? No, he's not. Nathan's not going to get close enough, but Jarvis is. And Jarvis Coyd takes the position off of Bradley Hurren. Lucas Puello as well down the inside of the Racing Bulls driver. Red Bull versus Racing Bulls. And I think, yeah, Lucas kind of forces his way through there. All I know is the stewards are going to be very busy. Now Modan with I think they've dropped Brassington. No, not yet. There's Koskinen pits, and so there's Yusuf Sia. Again, that is his 3rd speeding penalty this race. You'd think you'd learn after the first time, if not after the second, but no. There's Bradley Hurren now. Oh, hang on. Battle for the lead. And yeah, Modan is ahead. Den Hartog is also now ahead of Vargas Saya. As Virtanen and Sied are going to be fighting, but yeah, Modan back into the lead of this race. Whitehouse getting past Hurren there. Can Ashton Fields potentially make it? Right, Adam and Jack are both in. And Josh is going to push on for another lap. The thing is, Adam is probably going to come out in traffic. I'm looking at this, he's going to come out in... I don't know. I think he's going to come out behind Björn. And Björn Eichener's, yeah, in P9. That Adam Modan immediately usurps that, gets back up As Jack Brassington is in a much worse vein of traffic. He's behind Björn, but he is out, crucially ahead of Koskinen. Bradley Horan picks up another 3-second time penalty, and this really isn't going to help his race. As Koskinen also picks up a 3-second time penalty. So here comes Adam. He's managed to get past Ashton Fields. And he's trying his damnedest to get past Bradley Horan here. And he does do so. Richards is in the pits. Question is, does he come out ahead of Modan? I don't think he does. Yeah, no. Oh, there goes Bradley Horan on Adam Modan! And that, unfortunately, looks to be Bradley's race over. There's not much he can do to recover from that. As now Brassington going for the move on Björn Eikeners into the Cida de Lago, gets ahead. As out front, Nathan Den Hartog calmly leads from Mark Vargas Sayer. And then we've got war back here. As I think Björn spun. Oh dear lord. That's so unfortunate for Björn. And yeah, Modan carving his way through the traffic. Richards getting stuck. As there we go, he gets past Richard Whitehouse. Syed as well. Oh, ooh, so close there for Nathan. That was almost a disaster. Oh, Coy. Oh. Coyd had such a bad pit entry, it reset him and stopped him getting a speeding penalty. So, well done, I think. I don't know. Vargas Sayer now leads the Brazilian Grand Prix. Ashton Fields is ahead of Björn Eikeners. Jack Brassington ahead of Richard Whitehouse. This chaos is quite fun, I can't lie. I'm gonna sneeze. Nathan Den Hartog getting past Bradley Horan. Into P10. Oh, Mark, no! So unfortunate. But the race order seems to be getting back to normal. Never mind. Patrick Ballog still yet to pit. So Jarvis Coyd on the back of Lucas Puello as well. Jarvis has been on those hards for a while. Oh no, they are used hards, I realised. Huh. Interesting. Mikko Virtanen is on the back of Björn Eikeners. Lucas Puello getting past Bradley Horan. Contact, I think, between the two of them. And yeah, Bradley needs to pit soonish, I'd say. I don't know what tyres he could go onto though. Maybe back onto the hards. Jarvis Coyd gets past. And yeah, he's coming in. And yeah, he's going to be last, unfortunately. Koskinen is in with a shout here. Potentially getting P3. You'd need to get past Brassington and then gap him by 3 seconds. Let's not rule it out, especially if Jack has another disconnect. I think Den Hartog has gotten past there, yeah. So Ashton probably going to get past Jarvis pretty soon as well. Open the DRS late. And down the inside into turn 1 goes Ashton Fields. And he's up into P10 for points on debut as it stands. I think Patrick Balog is actually going to try and hang it out on the old hards. Hang on. Jarvis Coy to the inside of Ashton Fields. And Jarvis gets ahead. So good move there. For Jarvis to actually re-overtake. Just realised Vargas Saya is on used mediums. So he's probably not going to be in with a shout at points. Bradley Horan picks up another 3-second time penalty, unfortunately. Lucas Puello. Oh, Mark's in the pits. Going to save that 10-second penalty. And I imagine go on to hopefully new tyres. I guess we'll find out. Five lap hards. He's down in P15. I mean, this fight is still going. Not that it really means much. I love that fun visual glitch where you can see inside the McLaren. I think it's only the McLaren as well. Because I can't see... Oh, no, I can see, I can see the inside of the Williams there. Well, Lucas Puello is now caught up to Patrick Balog. And easily gets ahead of Patrick Balog. Even though he does hit the grass, he's up into P7. Richard Whitehouse. I think he's going to get points as it stands. No, he's not. It'll be P11, unfortunately. So, Koskinen is really close now to Brassington. Now, pardon me real quick. just doing some digging. Or I am still doing some digging. And in the entirety of VRL, Williams have never had a double podium. As there goes Koskinen to get past Jack Brassington. And I suppose on that note, McLaren's last double podium was Lawrence Skelovich and Marco Sabot back in season 7. But Williams, no double podiums ever. So this could be a breakthrough season for them. Of course, as it stands, Brassington is still on the podium due to Koskinen's penalty. Oh, Ashton Fields. Oh, wait, there's a safety car. Is it Virtanen? Why is there... Oh, it is Virtanen. Oh my gosh, there's a late safety car here. And this could change everything. This race has just been turned on its head. As Richards opts to pit. Oh my god. Yusuf Syed has got another time penalty. Both Williams cars pit. Then Hartog stays out. Vargas Saya is stuck behind Adam. So he's going to be lapped and stay lapped. I don't know if the McLarens have thought this through especially well. But the entire order is now going to be juggled. Bradley Horan's in the points for the moment. That's not going to stick though. Mark Vargas Saya keeps on pulling alongside Adam. I think he's trying to get Adam to let him go. So if Adam were to move off track and out of track limits, Mark would be allowed to overtake and then get ahead. As Den Hartog now pits. Only now. We could be about to see some shock results. Richard Whitehouse also pits. Yusuf Syed is also pitting. Bradley Horan's staying out. But the McLarens on the McLarens on hards versus like this is very similar scenario to what happened in the actual F1 today. Both McLarens stayed out on the hards with loads of chasing cars on the softs. But the thing is, they won't be able to pull away. Mark's going to get disqualified. Or Adam's going to report him a bunch. There really should be an unlapping feature. Well, the safety car will be in at the end of this lap. Everybody's on fresh softs except Adam Modan, Erttu Koskinen and Bradley Hurren. And I know Josh Richards on those softs is going to be much faster than Erttu and Adam can even hope to defend. Right, so safety car will be called when it hits the sector split. There it is. And they actually stopped at the back there. But Adam hasn't gone yet. He goes now. No. There we go. And Adam takes us away onto lap 35. Josh Richards goes for the move to get past Erttu Koskinen and does. Jocko has dropped down many positions now, and he tumbles down the order. Josh Richards and Jack Brassington now both chasing after Adam Modan here. So, this is absolutely perfect for Williams. Not only for Josh's Drivers' Championship, but also for their Constructors' Championship. Koskinen struggling here. He's going to be under pressure from Richard Whitehouse as well. Jarvis Coyd and Yusuf Sied swapping positions. Sied, sorry. And now, Richard doesn't go for the move yet. Are all getting kind of stuck here behind the McLaren. Ashton Fields and Björn Eichler both get past Yusuf Sied, who then dives down the inside of the Norwegian driver but can't quite make the move. Ashton Fields loses the rear end on the exit there as well. But Josh Richards pulls to the left-hand side of the circuit and will get ahead of Adam Modan up into P1. Can Jack Brassington also make the move on Adam into turn 1? Yes, he can. But is he going to lose out to Nathan Den Hartog? He gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. And now will drop down to P4. So Jack, his podium hopes might have been ruined once again here. And he can't get past Adam Modan. And he could potentially drop behind the likes of Richard Whitehouse. But Josh Richards now just has to defend from Nathan Den Hartog, who hasn't won a race since Miami in Season 9. And potentially, with the DRS up to the line, could snatch the win from Josh Richards. But it all depends on these next few corners as well. But it's going to be a drag race to the line here. But to extend the championship lead to 26 points, it's going to be Josh Richards who wins the Brazilian Grand Prix. Nathan Den Hartog takes P2 with Adam Modan in P3. Richard Whitehouse takes P4 with Yusuf Sied taking P5. Jack Brassington P6. Lucas Puello P7. Ashton Fields P8. Erttu Koskinen P9. And I have lost the rest. I don't actually know where who finished further down, but what a race. And so unfortunate for Jack, because it could have been a Williams 1-2. Williams double podium, just not meant to be, clearly. But yeah, Richards 26-point lead over Alexi Cavero in the Drivers' Championship. And then Hartog takes his second podium of the season. But yeah, so driver of the day, Richard Whitehouse, most overtakes and cleanest driver. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. But if we go across to race, here is your result quickly. So I got to Ashton Field, yeah. So Koskinen, Iconers takes the last point. Coyd, Balog, Virtanen, Hurren, Vargas, Sayer, and then Talbot were DNF'd, and Vlascalia was disqualified. But that is it for the race here today. Yeah, 5 speeding pens for Yusuf Syed. And yeah, next race is, I think, China. I know I won't be here for that. I wasn't meant to be here today. But Josh Richards, 26-point lead in the championship. And yeah, I'll see you probably for Mexico. There's a very slim chance I'll see you for China.